Welcome guys, today we are going to unboxing and do a first impression on the Titus Egrets, which is my first sponsored video, finally. And yes, this is a sponsored video, but the opinions are only my own and won't be influenced by sponsorship, etc. Now, let's start the unboxing. Also, I want to remember you guys that I always do like at least 2 videos on a balisong, and this one is an unboxing and first impression, and it's not a review. So let's see, BPKS card. I'm sponsored by BPKS, just to remember it. And if you want to get discount, I have a personal discount code in the description of the video. Let's see what's inside. Okay, nothing to say about this. We saw rings or ring bands. Have here the spare hardware, everything in place, one of everything. Okay, let's take a look at the Titus Egrets. I just feel like it's very thick as handles, like a default or refold of Thomas balisong. It is pretty similar, and I will also make a comparison on another video about Titus Egrets and LDY Kite 1.5 and other similar balisong, so you will understand how they compare to each other. This is the tune, which is pretty like mid. I think better than Bali Plus, at least. Some fast sound test, I will do a better sound test later. Tap. A bit of wiggle. There's no bending, so it's a very good thing. Finally something. The bending issue is like something present in cold blade. Cold blade balisongs. My Titus is okay, and normally it doesn't have it. So the tune is that, and Now let's pass to the flip and change camera. Okay, now let's talk about how it flips as a first impression. Okay, it does seem to be handle biased because it feels it lacks like weight on the blade. And oh, that was a little bit of bending. Anyway, yes, there's a bit of handle biasness because the blade lacks a bit of weight, but not like in the middle. It seems it lacks weight on the tip of the blade, which makes fanning more slow, like it doesn't keep enough momentum. As you can see, if I do this, there's a bit of like lack of momentum because the tip of the blade lacks weight. This is by the way the trainer version, so I don't know if the other version can keep it up about the tip of the blade, but it is handle biased to neutral, something like that, because it seems neutral but it's more also handle biased because it lacks weight on the blade, mostly on the tip. In fact, this one seems a lot more than like a Bowie style. I mean, the curved blade instead of a tanto, so it lacks that tip blade. Something else, let me see, flipping. And try everything just to be sure. Yeah, does have a little bit of bending or binding while flipping. I don't know if you can notice, but when I throw it, the blade remains a little bit stuck, and sometimes I nearly just could drop it because I can't catch the handle. But anyway, it flips really good. I think even for like a beginner, this thing is really good. I mean, there's actually okay, that okay, there's probably only one problem in what this Verizon has. Okay, let's talk about it specifically so you can understand. Now, the handles are personally, in like personal subjective opinion, they are too thick for me, but I think that that depends only on a person perspective. So it does have G10, which is very good for grippiness, and it doesn't fall for any reason, so good grippiness. Now on the side of the blade, I mean on the handles, you can see there's a little bit of texture, but it's probably not really useful because it's still slippery and it doesn't give much for its function. Now about the jimpings, the jimpings are present, like 3 here and a little more here, but they are not. Wait, let me try. Well, they grip a bit, not too much, but depending on the position of the fingers, they grip a little bit, like depending also on how much pressure you make on them. And I mean, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, they surely can be more deeper, like in construction, and be not inside but also on the G10, so it can help very much more than now. And so the handles are that, and thickness for me it's too much, but they are okay, and don't see any problems with the handles. Maybe tiny issues as I showed now. About the grippiness, it's perfect because G10 doesn't let you make the horizon fall. Also, it's this G10 here, it's a little bit like dry. It seems to like absorb water, a bit dry compared to like something of Arm Shark, which is more plastic-like. This thing it's similar to a feeling of I don't know, rubber or something like that. And the grippiness is okay, no problem. I'm not giving points because I need to think about it a little bit more before and flip it before giving something points. Now the balance, the balance is the most important thing, I think, and this ballon, after a bit of flipping, it feels neutral to handle biased, and it's mainly caused by the blade, because it just it lacks momentum on the blade, mostly on the tip, but probably also on the middle. Why I flip it, it can, let me show you. Yeah, that movement. If I do it too slow and doesn't give too much force on the movement, as you can see, it doesn't rotate because it doesn't have enough momentum on the blade, and that is something I really think you can see why I do this movement in behind 8 ball and thumb roll over. Let me show you again. Yeah, that. If I do it with the right force, it wait. Okay, I just need also to get used to this balance. Yeah, yeah, also that, I don't know if you have seen it, while I was trying to do the palm fan, it just doesn't do it because the blade, it doesn't have enough momentum to carry it, so I need to do more force in order to do it. That's probably the main issue with this body, so the blade, the lack of blade weight, mainly on the tip, and also a bit on the body of the blade too. About the quality, yeah, the quality is pretty much that. I think it's good. I mean, there are no problems, no machining problem or quality issues. It's okay, standard quality, and not like premium or something like that, but it's normal, and I think it's good enough. The price, okay, let me take the phone here, and we have 59.9, as you can see, the trainer blade version. There's also another version, the bladed one, which I think it could probably be better as a balance, but it depends also on you, which one do you prefer. But I think as a balance, the bladed version is probably much better, because the distribution, as you can see, can resolve this balance issue of the trainer, which it is like a not very big issue, but it is something that you can feel while sleeping it, and it doesn't feel like something good. That's probably what I just want to say about the balance. The price, I said it, the value, okay, the value, yes, that is something important, because as always this is a budget balisong, and I want to give it a value compared to the dollar you spend, evaluation, in order to understand how good this thing it is. Okay, as a value compared to dollars, at the moment I think it is probably a 7 or something like that, or even a 6, depending on what I will do also on the final review, but it's between 7 and 6, I think, because it is budget, but you can get something probably better as a Thomas Refault, because it has like also a Tanto version, and the construction is pretty much similar, so that one probably has a better balance for like a similar price, in the same price range. I don't remember how much, but it's likely the same, maybe for $10 more, something like that. And also I need also to try LDY Kite 1.5 just to be sure, and rank it on the right place on the value tier list. And yeah, as a tier on the Ace, A, etc. tier list, I give it I don't know, it is something like A plus or S minus. I'm not sure, I will think about it and tell you on the last video, the final review. And overall, for the moment, I think this balism can be for beginners if you like the design and want to start with this thing, but it does have this issue of balance, which I mean, it's not like very bad, but there is a bit of this handle bias, neutral to handle bias with lack of deep weight mainly. And I'm not really sure to recommend this as a first balism for someone. Need to think about it, and see you on another video. I just forgot the sound test, so let's do a better sound test in some way. It is oiled. I don't know if I said it, but it is oiled. And the sound, it's a bit muted, likely a bit crispy. And muted. It's not quite full. Alright, I remember now that I just decided to add something more curious for people that are starting the balism hobby. So I will do also, after a sound test, a so-called what will a beginner flip, no, how a beginner will flip this balism using my left hand, so people will understand how a beginner will approach a new balism like the one I'm trying. Now, sound test finished. Something else to hear. Finished. So let's flip on the left hand, and if you're a beginner, you will understand how will feel trying this balism. So normal things like this movement, opening, trying to fan, yeah, as you can see, the palm fan, it's like that. And yes, that's how a beginner level will flip something like this, which I don't know, but I think it can give you an insight about how you will approach this hobby. And in fact, you can literally see the problems in balance while I'm flipping. Yeah, so about the balance, it will be like more difficult to learn behind 8 ball and thumb rollover, because I think it just lacks that momentum. And see you on another video.